Commission meeting in Huron, South Dakota, April 11th, 2022. Roll call, please.
Smith.
Here.
Weinreich.
Here.
Bragg.
Here.
Robish.
Present.
Mayor Harrington.
Here. Join me in pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Agenda approval. Does anybody have any changes to our agenda tonight? I do, if nobody else does. Okay. I do have one. I'm going to amend in consent. I'm going to put 4.6 down, and it will be to accept the following individual to be appointed as service member election boards for the Municipal League election Tuesday, April 12th, 2022. Joy Peterson. So that will be 4.6 in consent agenda. Public forum. Public forum. Oh, I'm sorry. I need a motion to approve the changing of the agenda.
Move to approve the agenda as amended.
Okay.
Second.
Second. Mr. Weinrich. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Now we'll move on to public forum. Public comments may be sent to during a live meeting broadcast at the city's YouTube channel. The link is listed on the city's website at www.huron.sd.com/city-government. In order to use the YouTube chat feature, please create an account on your YouTube and Gmail or use your existing accounts. Please state your name and address for the record. Public forum is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes per person. Does anybody have anything for public forum tonight? I do have one, and I would add that, who's on our computers tonight? Chad?
Nathan.
Taking calls? Okay. If we had any questions from the public that get through on the YouTube, they could get that question possibly to us, and we could answer it possibly for them tonight. So with that, I would just like to, one public forum is that voting starts tomorrow at the Huron Arena at 7 a.m. in the morning. So we have an opportunity to vote. Tomorrow will be open until 7 at night, 7 to 7 tomorrow. So, and with that, I also have a proclamation to read tonight. So with that, I'd like to invite Kevin and well, this is National Public Safety Telecommunications Week, and with that, we have a proclamation for that. And tonight with me is Christy Bales and our police chief, because they are pretty well involved in this from day-to-day operations. So if you'd like to bear with me, I'll read this. Whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, and emergency medical services, and whereas when an emergency occurs in a prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property, and whereas the safety of our police officers and firefighters is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from the citizens who telephone the City of Huron Emergency Communications Center. And whereas public safety telecommunications are first and foremost critical contact for our citizens with emergency services. And whereas public safety telecommunications are a single vital link for our police officers and firefighters by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information, and ensuring their safety. And whereas public safety communications of the City of Huron have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, the prevention of fires, and treatment of patients. Whereas each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of the jobs in the past year. Now therefore is resolved that I, Gary Harrington, Mayor of the City of Huron, South Dakota, do hereby proclaim the week of April 10th through the 16th, 2022 as National Public Safety Telecommunications Telecommunications Week in the city of Huron in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our city and citizens safe. In witness of thereof, I have hereby set my hand encased on the seal of the city of Huron to be affixed to the 11th day of April in the year of our Lord in 2022. So with that, I certainly would appreciate, I'd like to say something just for our police officers and our fire people, all the people, our EMS people, all the two people do, and how you're on there 24 hours a day, and how you have to share some compassion, and not only with the people calling in, but with our workers too. So sometimes that's not the easiest job in the world, I'm sure. So appreciate all you do, and thanks, Becky, appreciate it. See, it's not hard, but get a picture.
Mayor, I'd like to say something on that.
Me, just me.
No? That, you know, when you talk about dispatchers and stuff, they dispatch our police officers, our fire department, and we do all the counties around here, and it's probably the most stressful job in our city. I say that because while Brett has engineering problems, Dale and Rob and Chad, they have stress in their departments, I understand that. These guys, they don't know what the outcome is with every candy phone. One call could be a ball stuck in a tree, get the fire truck over here, the cat's down, get the cat down, and the very next second might be a life-saving moment. And neither one of those outcomes they find out. So it's very stressful, and it's they do very good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Thank you.
You can't leave.
Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Matters appearing on the consent agenda are expected to be non-controversial and will act upon by the commission at one time without discussion, unless a member of the commission requests an opportunity to address any given items. Items removed from the consent agenda will be discussed at the beginning of the formal items. Tonight's consent agenda consists of 4.1 minutes of April 4th, 2022 City Commission, 4.2 fuel quotes for the city departments, 4.3 fireworks public display met by Danny Hofer for July 4th at Ravine Lake, 4.4 personnel items, request permission to post internally for a fire captain position. Number 2, recommend hiring Josh Nelson for the park maintenance 1 position. 3, recommend hiring Karine Crane for the city maintenance 1 position. 4, recommend hiring parks and recreational seasonal positions. And 5, remove Matt Dooley from the volunteer fire department roster. 4.5 is payment of the bills. 4.6 is the appoint, please accept the following individuals be appointed to serve as member of the election board for the municipal league election on Tuesday, April 12th, 2022. Joy Peterson. With that, that's all I have for the consent agenda tonight. I entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve consent agenda.
Commissioner Roberts moves to approve. Need a second? Second, Commissioner Smith. Roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Bragg.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay. Bid quote items. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our city engineer, Brett Runge, and he's going to go through 5.1 and 5.2 and 5.3.4 and tell us all we need to know.
All right, thank you, Mayor. 5.1, consider payment request number 13 to Gritter Construction, Inc. for bid number 2021-05, Phase 1 wastewater treatment facility improvements in the amount of $886,405.75. Progress is going well out on the SBR site, the wastewater project, the big one for us right now. They're slowing down on the concrete for the basin, and they're actually, they got one of the basins actually, one of the tanks filled up with water right now, and they're testing it for water tightness and doing different things. So we're starting to see some movement in that direction. This pay request includes, they've got a blower building out there where we're gonna have blowers that are gonna blow lots of air to the wastewater as part of the treatment, right? And a lot of work has been going on in there where they've been installing blowers and plumbing and electrical and stuff, so that's in this payment request. Also occurring with the project right now is the pretreatment building. We've got, there's 2 trains, everything has to have redundancy in the wastewater world, right? And one of the trains is shut down right now, and they've put in new grit equipment, and they're actually lining the channel and working on that and putting in different things there in the pretreatment building. We have a makeup air unit and some new HVAC equipment that's going in there. There's new lighting that's been installed in there, so it's not a yellow glow when you walk in now that we used to get from those old halogen lights or whatever that was in there. So good progress, and the project's looking really good right now. So we recommend approval of the pay request.
Okay, entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve 5.1.
Second.
Commissioner Weinrich, motion, second, Commissioner Robish. Any discussion on this item from Brett? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith.
Aye.
Weinrich.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 5.2, please, Brett.
Consider awarding 2021-24 3/4 ton pickup for the water department. So we already, this is a 2021 number for a bid, right? So we already had did a quote and awarded a quote last year for a fleet vehicle, a 3/4 ton Ram pickup. And that was approved by the commission at the time. With COVID and the chaotic world that we're in, they did not pick up the order for 2021 for fleet vehicles. Instead, it got slid into a 2022 fleet vehicle, if you will. When that happened, the company, they've stopped offering discounts on fleet vehicles like they used to. And we probably will, I have a memo that tries to explain it, but we probably won't see fleet vehicle pricing like we're used to for a long time, if ever again. Because they found they can make more money, selling them on the open market than as a fleet type product. So buying these off from the state bid isn't available at the time, and this is a little change. But the good news is that they picked up the order and the pickup is here and available. If we want it, they'll sell it out on their lot if we don't. It's gone up in price is the problem that I guess we want to bring to your attention essentially. When we approved it last year, it was for $30,589. And that was the price quoted in 2021. Now the price that's being asked due to the removal of discounts is $40,544. So it's gone up around 10 grand. As part of this, Iverson knows this was kind of a tough situation. If you look at their sales sheet, you'll see that there's a savings of $7,000 that they're applying. That's from Iverson. They are foregoing their commission on this vehicle to make the deal with the city of Huron. They won't do that in the future probably, but on this particular item, due to the loss of the discounts and stuff, they're trying to work with us. So we recommend approval and accepting the new quote. It's under $50,000, so we don't have to bid it, and we can stay with the quote with them. Plus, I don't know if we could get a vehicle from anybody else anyways right now. The other option is if we don't take this vehicle and we go back out for bids because they need a pickup, it's going to come in higher because there won't be any discounts. We won't have Iverson offering the savings that they're offering right now, and it'll be more expensive. So we recommend approval of this and moving forward with it.
I need a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Commissioner Smith, motion to approve, second by Commissioner Robish. Any discussion on this item? Yes, Commissioner Smith.
Thank you. Brad, how often are the state bids updated? Are those is there a cycle to that, or just when everybody decides now's the time to do it?
Yep, every year, and they usually do their bids, I think September timeframe, they go out for new bids, right? So that for the following year, so that they start the year out, you know, with new bid pricing. So most products, I can't think of one actually off my mind here that is multi-year. Most they bid every year for pricing.
And that's about September.
Yep.
So this coming September would indicate what the bids are for next year.
Correct. If they end up getting bids.
Right, yeah,
On
understand.
this, because like I said, it sounds like they're moving away from fleet vehicles, these companies are. And the discounts that have been provided with them traditionally,
So
so.
was there I guess the question that I'm asking is, when this bid was issued for $30,589, was that on September of 2020 or September of 2021?
It would have been from the September of 2020 bid cycle.
Okay. Was
Because
there
it
one
went,
even
it went
issued
for the
then?
year 2021, but
Was there
even-
even one issued in 2021 then, September of 2021 for 22 pricing?
I honestly don't know that for sure. I don't think so. I don't think they were pricing them because they don't know if they can get them.
Yeah,
Right now, they, from my understanding, they apparently submit the order and it kind of floats there, and they have no idea if it'll be picked up by the company or when it will be picked up by the company.
yeah.
And it may not, and it may get picked
Understandably
up.
with supply issues
Right.
and pricing issues,
Yep, yep. So they have no idea with availability, and so, yeah.
thank you.
Yes, Mr. Ross.
I guess with 4 of our department heads in here, and I understand Kevin is more on a leash on that because of the vehicles, but with 4 of our department heads that do this from year to year, maybe we should, coming into our budget this year, we should have what our vehicles are, what year they are, what kind of shape they're in, just so that we can know what we're talking about, because I don't know what all Chad's vehicles or Rob's or Dale's vehicles are like. I mean, you're your own department, you may know that, but we don't all know. So it'd be nice to have that come budget time, so that we're looking at that, because I don't foresee this problem going away very fast.
And I believe Pauline actually has that because of insurance, correct?
We do, and then every department has that because of fleet their
Right.
maintenance
So,
software.
I believe that can be provided fairly
Okay,
easily.
that's-
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine, that's good.
Any other questions for, on this one? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Gregg,
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 5.3, Rick.
Consider request to bid, authorize addendums as seem necessary by the city engineer, and set the bid opening for 2 p.m. on May 3rd for project 2021-13 concrete replacement. We're ready to go out for bid on our concrete replacement job project, and we're asking permission to move forward with it. This year's concrete replacement project mostly consists, the majority of the work is going to be west of the fairgrounds, like Center Street to 3rd Street area, and then there's a chunk of the project that's in south west part of town on Illinois, Hawaii, and Ohio, between 22nd and 24th Street. About 19 blocks of project, and the cost estimate for the project is $225,000. We're a little nervous with that cost estimate because contractors are short and products have, pricing has gone up on products, but that's where we're at. So we would like to, we recommend proceeding with bidding and request permission to move forward.
Okay. Move to approve, Commissioner Bragg moves to approve, second by Commissioner Weinrich. Any more discussion with Brett on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich.
Aye.
Gregg,
Aye.
Robish.
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay. Petitions and communications, 6.1. Pauline, you have this one?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This is just a change in the way they do business from a private to a LLC, so that we still have to do a transfer. It changes the sales tax license. We received no comments on our office and asked for approval.
And it's on La Patrona, Marta Antrozine, La Patrona 208, Avenue South to La Patrona Restaurant LLC, La Patrona 208, Decoota Avenue South.
Move to approve the transfer.
Okay, moved to approve by Mr. Bragg,
Second.
Commissioner Robish. Any other questions on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Robish,
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. 6.2, I think we have Dale here tonight. Dale Fortin, our solid waste superintendent, and he's going to discuss 6.2.
This is an update on our,
Consider agreement with Dakota Provisions for disposal of corrugated cardboard, authorized mayor to sign.
there's an update on the current baler that we have out at their east plant, and then also we incorporated with the new baler we put out at the west plant for corrugated cardboard, and we market it for them, and we get a percentage off of that marketing share. So, it's been going fine. We put the baler in probably about 6 months ago, and, it's been going good. We got the bale weights all dialed in, so, everything's going good. They're happy with us, taking care of it for them, so.
And you store it for a while and then you send it to.
So lately, we've been, with the markets the way they are, we've just been pushing them out as fast as I can get a truck here. So, and, we just kind of get the semi-loads put together here.
I need a motion to approve this item.
So moved.
Mr. Weinrich so moves. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Smith. Now, do we have any questions for Dale? He was running away from us.
This is one of about 13, I think it's 13 that we have in the city. We're already doing with a lot of the businesses and stuff. And just depends on the bale weight. And we've been doing an outstanding job, and actually the state's kind of looked at this, and it works really great having it baled at the facility. And then we pick up the bales and then put all those loads together.
How long have we been doing that?
Since 1999, I believe, we
Really?
started the cardboard. Yeah.
Any questions for Dale on this? Thank you, Dale. Appreciate it. Okay, we need a roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Robish,
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. Okay. 6.3, we got running. 6.3, to consider irrigation contract with Huron Country Club and authorize the mayor to sign, and Commissioner Smith will have a comment on this item.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an annual contract renewal that we have with the Huron Country Club, and what it is for is to provide water for their irrigation purposes to the golf course, the Country Club golf course. We've had this agreement in effect for quite some time. It's nothing new, and the adjustments that are being made are, we did have a little increase this year on what the fee is. This year, that goes to $6,636, and that's for the use of our transfer lines, accessibility to water from ravine, and along with the equipment to move it. So they also cover a third of the cost of electricity and maintenance and those types of things. So I would move to approve the renewal of the contract.
Motion is approved by Commissioner Smith. Need a second on this item?
Second.
Mr. Bragg, second. Do we have any questions, discussions on this item? Yes, Mr. Bragg.
So has the country club agreed to this rate as of now?
They both
Yes,
signed.
they've signed it.
That's okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Yes.
What was it last year? What did we increase it this year?
3% was the increase, so
That's a little-
$200 less, roughly.
And is that, our cost,
What we base it off of is what our increases come through from Mid-Dakota. We just stay in step with that as a general guidance.
with the electricity costs, there's sometimes that split, where they owe us money or we owe them money. Usually that's why we do the cost of living, to cover that, it makes up at the end whether we owe them or they owe us.
And we looked at this one in regards to what we talked about last week with that other pump, and, you know, there potentially could have been other costs we could have tried to pass along, but this was, you know, after Commissioner Smith looked at it a little bit, that this was the most direct correlation to the expense of what they're using, so potentially could have tried to ask for more, but
Yeah, but if you recall, Commissioner Weinreichs, who were absent last week, but we approved upgrade to the pump, to pump water from the James River into the ravine. And the city will bear that expense. That was $4,600 roughly. But the electricity will be shared from that point. So.
Any other questions on this for Brian? Roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Rubish,
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. We got 7.1, ordinance and resolution. Tucker, you ready to talk on that one, please?
Yes,
Our
thank you,
City
Mayor.
Attorney Tucker Valesky.
Commissioners, 7.1, second reading of ordinance number 2235-6-4, municipal solid waste scavenging prohibited.
Move to approve second reading.
Second.
Second, okay. Any discussion? We do have Dale Fortin here tonight too. He might want, if we have some questions for Dale talking about this, we could bring him up again. Any questions on this? I think we cleaned it up a little bit,
I
yes.
was gonna
Mr.
say,
Williams.
what has changed from last week, anything, and what's in the second reading? Nothing?
No changes.
Any other questions for Dale or anybody up here on that? We have a motion. Roll call vote, please.
Smith,
Aye.
Weinreich,
Aye.
Bragg,
Aye.
Rubish,
Aye.
Mayor Harrington.
Aye. That takes care of our work tonight, and we will have a work session on the code of provision pre-treatment study, so.